What is up?
What's up? You sideways, dog.
Oh, there we go. Had to figure some stuff out.
Uh-oh. What's up, everybody? Trill Talk MMA with Dom Rogan at Fallen Angel 510 on Instagram. We got Derek Cash Co from Goon Squad. Shoot out your Instagram, baby.
At Derrick. Derrick.
Feel me? You know we starting this off hot. We got to start with that press conference.
Man, some fireworks there. Let's just go right into it. Like
What do you think about
Kobe,
it? What do you think about
Kobe,
it?
Kobe, Kobe. This man's. I mean, I get that he always trying to sell fights. That's his thing. That's his shtick. That's why he's got this character going, right? But that went just a little bit too far, man. You don't go at someone bad like that, especially if he was murdered when Leon was at that young of an age.
You
That's just a
know,
low blow.
here's why I'm all over the place with this. Let me tell you why. Conor McGregor went after Habib's dad, a consummate gentleman, helped change the country of Dagestan, helped many people, and I saw this much backlash at Conor, right? Then and then Kobe, and I ain't saying it's right because I don't think it's right, but Connor made comments on the dead man who helped this whole country. No backlash. Kobe made comments on a gangster and drug dealer and shit. You know what I mean, and got all this backlash. And I don't think you should have made comments either way. But in my mind, if you're giving the backlash to the dude who made the comment on the drug dealer and the guy who kind of got himself in that situation, it should have been worse drawback on the guy who made it about a guy who lived his life standing right. And I don't know if you've seen this, here's what I'm wondering now. At the press conference going on now that just happened, uh
Sean Strickland.
O'Malley made a comment to Sean Strickland about being molested by his dad. And I don't see the same fallback. So to me, you got to be across the board. It's like people don't really got a problem with Kobe said, and they just looking for a reason to hate him.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Because to me, the worst one of all is O'Malley. You making fun of a dude like, who got molested, dog, not on some dead person, like somebody that got molested. So, hey,
It's
that
just interesting to see all of what's going on, especially on Twitter or X, where everybody in the MMA universe is just like, "Oh, Kobe, what are you doing, man? Can't do that."
Yeah. To me, you got to be fair across the board. I think across the board, some things shouldn't be said. I think all three of them wrong. But see, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like that the same way about all three. These guys are picking and choosing, but we said enough about that. We got to get into these fights. I'm excited. I ain't been this excited in a while. What we going to do? We starting with the main event first? We starting from the top to the bottom?
Yeah, let's start. Actually, let's start in prelims,
We got to pick some of these prelims. I ain't feeling. We're gonna do Cody Garbrandt.
bro.
We got to do
Garbrandt,
the ex champ.
Garbrandt in a prelim card, not even the featured prelim, is kind of wild to me. But considering how he's been fighting lately, I guess understandable. He's also like the favorite in this, where Kelleher is the dog.
Yeah, I got Garbrandt as the favorite though.
Yeah, I mean, even the
Because I
betting
don't think
lines.
Kelleher got the firepower to get him out of there.
Yeah, but at the same time, Cody ain't got no chin.
Yeah, but the people who hit him were big hitters, at the same time. So it was a
Right.
bad combination. So I don't think Keller got that kind of power, and he predominantly relies on his grappling and Cody got the grappling, he just doesn't use it. So I think when he got the grappling, he uses it in reverse to stay up, and he's the better striker with the power. I think it's too many advantages for him in that one. So I got Garbrandt. Who you got?
Man, I like to make money, but I think Garbrandt does have this one. If I can see the Garbrandt that fought Asun Sao, not
Yeah,
even a question. Not
yeah,
even a question.
yeah. So okay, we both going with Cody. We got. I'm skipping the girl fight. Okay, I go Alonzo Minifield and Dustin Jacoby. Who you got in that one?
Light heavyweight. Let's see. Dustin Jacoby has been on a tear. Knockout last fight against Kennedy and Zechuku, but then he also lost against Azamat Mirzakhanov the fight before. Man, but he's also been knocked out. Well, he also fought Khalil and lost to Khalil too.
Yeah.
This one's kind of hard because I haven't really seen Menifield all that much, to be honest. I've seen Jacoby fight a whole lot more, but Jacoby is like, I don't know, very matchup based.
Yeah, I'm leaning. I like Minifield, but I feel like he's a little too stationary because he a big boy. I feel like he a little bit too
He's very big.
stationary for Jacoby, and Jacoby got that dog in him. He hard to get out of there. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
he's
100%.
technically the better striker, and he got the better movement. So I got Jacoby by decision on that one.
Yeah, I got Jacoby as well,
All right,
just from what I've seen.
we got okay, Josh Emmett versus my boy of the
Thug
Bible.
Nasty.
Bryce Mitchell, Thug I like
Thug
how my boy
Nasty.
is about the Bible, but his name is Thug
Thug
Nasty.
Nasty.
Who you got and why?
People forget before Josh Emmett lost to what was it, Tupuria last fight?
Taporia, yeah.
Before he lost to Tupuria, this man was on a mission. He fought he also fought Rodriguez right before that
Yeah,
for the
Nair,
interim
yeah,
belt.
yeah.
And before that he was on a tear. I like I really like watching Josh Emmett fight. It's just I don't know, like man, people like to write him off, which I don't understand because he's been beating a lot of people in the game. Like just some of the people he's beaten: Calvin Cater took him to decision. Dan Ige before that took him to
Mhm.
decision. Shane Burgos,
Yeah.
Mersan Bektich. He even beat Michael Johnson. This man was on a tear before he lost to Ilya once.
But guess what though? Let me tell you. What's the commonality in all those guys?
They're strikers.
They're strikers. Thug Nasty ain't playing that game, D. Thug Nasty don't
That
play
is
that.
true.
You know what I
Like
mean?
Nasty don't play that.
He ain't fight a grappler, and Thug Nasty got that weird Taekwondo-ish like striking, and he really knows how to get those takedowns done to completion. He has a high takedown rate, and his jujitsu and the way he controls you with the jujitsu once he gets you down is different too. Some people get you down and can't control you. When Thug Nasty gets people down, he controls them, and you've seen Thug Nasty do this with strikers and with good grapplers. You
He's
know?
got that perfect mix between wrestling and jujitsu that you
Yeah.
kind of just need in the sport.
Yeah, and very few people do. It's weird
Mm-hmm.
that they say UFC is the highest level, but a lot of these guys are missing very large parts of elements of their game and a
Yeah,
lot of basics. And Thug Nasty does have that good wrestling to completion and jujitsu. I'm going with Thug Nasty. I'm feeling like he gonna get it done, and then he gonna pull out the Bible. You feel me? Like he gonna get it
again,
done.
once again. For
I
me,
like
I
Josh
think I
Emmett
gotta
though,
roll
but
with.
I'm going with Thug.
I'm gonna go with Josh Emmett on this one.
He do got the power to turn
He
turn
do
him
have power. He is the quintessential weight bully of the featherweight division. He's got the knockout power. It's just a matter of dealing with those takedowns. And once you get taken down, like he did when he fought Rodriguez, you got to figure out how to get back up.
Yeah, he can't. You seen it, and Rodriguez ain't even a guy like that.
Hmm.
and when he got him down, he kept him down.
Hmm.
So
So as
I
long as he can navigate those waters a little bit, use his strength to his advantage, keep it on the feet, I think Josh Emmett can eke this out with a decision win.
yeah, I could see it going either way. But to me, Thug Nasty got more ways to win. But Emmett, if he land, it's cold.
Yep.
So that's what scares me on that bet. But
Scary power.
the skill wise, I got Thug Nasty. Okay, I know you ready. Tony Ferguson, Patty
Man. My
Pimblett.
man my man Tony, man. I was in person to watch Tony fight Bobby Green in Utah.
Oh, you were?
Oh my god. He
Dog.
looked good for one round. He
Hey,
looked good
dog.
for one round.
Dude, with that Michael Chandler one, he looked good till he got caught too.
Right up.
The only fight he really looked just overall bad to me in was when he fought Nate Diaz.
I
You
don't know.
know?
When he fought Gaethje, it was real bad. It
Dude,
was
he
real
looked good
bad
in
when
the
he fought
Gaethje fight,
Gaethje.
dog. He looked good in the Gaethje. He just started getting beat up, dog. That's different. But he looked good, you
Yeah.
know? And in the Michael Chandler fight, he looked better than I thought until he got caught with the up kick and everybody get caught. But when he fought Nate Diaz, that was the only time I looked at him and he just looked like an old man fighting the whole time. You know?
Yeah.
Like he was just tired. It was weird. But besides that, he has like moments of good and then it goes bad, you know?
Right.
I can't believe Bobby Green submitted him.
I
I
didn't. I couldn't believe it either.
submitted.
I was watching it in person. I saw him. I was like, oh no, oh no. He sunk that in. It was just like, oh no,
Yeah, that was kind of weird. But so who you got in this one though?
Patty
I'm going with Tony.
Gage. I'm sorry,
I'm going with
man.
Tony.
Father Time waits for nobody.
I'm going with Tony. California love, Derek. California love. Because here's the thing, Tony Ferguson. If you look, if you look, the one round he did against Chandler, or the round and a half or whatever against Green, that should be enough to beat Paddle Pimblett. That should be enough, dog. Because who's the better striker? Tony. And he's still got a pretty good chin. He's still got a pretty good chin. He's the better striker. Hey, and Derek, don't you ever forget, he got Dave Goggins. Don't sleep on that man, dog.
I mean,
Don't sleep on him. He ain't getting tired, dog.
I know he ain't getting tired. I know he ain't mentally getting beat. But that old body of his can only take so much damage. And
Hey,
Patty Pimblett
Dave
definitely has got
Goggins
some
reset.
damage.
He reset the clock. Tony went back 10 years.
Is that what you said? Is that all you're looking at?
I said he Tony is younger now after going with Dave Goggins.
You see that he looks younger?
No, he just biologically younger. Hey, if you could work out with how many UFC fighters or elite athletes could work out with Dave Goggins? Not many.
Probably nobody.
If you got through that, he a whole different man, physically and mentally, dog.
Oh,
And if you
mentally
look
for
at
sure. He's gonna be a strong
Patty
one.
Pimbleton, technically lost to Jarrett Gordon,
He did that last one.
dude. So no,
Some sketchy stuff.
he ain't being no Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson
Hey,
better than
but don't
Jarrett Gordon.
forget, two fights before that, it was submission after submission.
Against who? The boy that do the splits.
Jordan Levitt
Come on.
and then Rodrigo Vargas.
Don't ever speak those people in the same breath as T Ferg. Don't do
Aren't we
that.
also talking about like the Cage Warriors champ too?
Who who give a who care about Cage Warriors? Yeah,
UFC
think
does
about it.
apparently.
Think about it. Name somebody.
UFC does apparently.
Think about name somebody from Cage Warriors. Let's be real here.
Connor.
I'm the Cage Warriors champ, technically. No, I could say that and people wouldn't know, dog. So I'm going with okay. Make your pick because I'm going with T Ferg. I'm sticking with the West Coast is the best coast. What's up?
I'm running with Patty Pimblett by another submission.
Dude, you better not make it happen. Okay, we going. What we got next? Shavkat Rachmanov and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, the nicest man in the game.
This is crazy. This is absolutely insane, and I feel like this is straight up disrespectful. The betting lines were so bad that every person out there is like, skip this completely. If you're trying to look for if you're looking to make money, they have Shavkat as the favorite plus 600.
Damn.
They have Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, the 40-year-old menace, at minus 400.
Dude, you know what's
Like,
crazy about that? You want to know what's crazy? Dom Rogan. You know what my pick is? I actually think Wonder Boy gonna win.
that's what I was going to say too. You
Yeah.
know how I figured that out? I watched his fight with Kevin Holland earlier today. That's what made it like, that's how I was just like, yep, he's probably going to win this. Because Shavkat's not really known for
For
his wrestling.
shooting
He's
that.
he's a
Yeah,
he's a
he
he's
don't
a
shoot in
brawler.
that he don't shoot in that much and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because it's here's the thing. When you watch him, and I love the Kazakh people. Let me just put that out there. I've always been fascinated with them for a long time. I love the Kazakh people. I have some Kazakh friends, and I've even been asked to teach out there, which is an honor and stuff. So I'm all with that, and I like Shavkat. But when I analyze the styles, when you predominantly watch him, he stands up. And most of the time, when he gets people on the ground, it's like people trying to get him on the ground, and he kind of reverses the situation, and that's how he ends up beating those people up or getting the submissions most of the time. The other
Hmm.
thing is he's slow and he's plotting. You Kevin Holland is fast and he has footwork and he looked slow and plodding when he went against Wonder Boy. So how are you going to look when you actually are slow and plodding? And the other thing is, which striker has ever just beat Wonder Boy? Wonder Boy always get beat when they like Gilbert Burns grabbing him a lot, Tyrone Woodley grabbing him a lot, even though Tyrone dropped him and stuff. But they wrestle him. You know, you ain't gonna
Yeah,
you ain't gonna beat that guy in the stand up, dude.
the only time I ever seen Stephen Thompson get knocked out was Alpha, like, obviously Showtime Pettis with the Superman punch out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Before that, Stephen Thompson was okay, no problem.
yeah. And
He was beating that boy ass.
that was just the shit can happen in a fight moment. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? It was that, and he got dropped by Woodley. Besides that, he damn near flawless standing up. You know, so I don't know. I like Shavkat, but when you look at the people he's fought, he ain't fought nobody on Stephen Wonderboy's level. No, not even
Mm-mm.
remotely close yet.
The only people he's fought,
Jeff
let's see,
Neal was the
Jeff
best
Neal.
person he fought.
He submitted him in the third
The
round.
third round. Yeah, that was the best person he fought. Neil
See, but that was
Magny.
after he beat up Jeff Neal for like two full rounds, and
Hey,
then
but
the
but
third one
but
he
think
just got
about it.
taken
Don't
down.
say just beat up. Jeff Neal was tagging him.
Hmm.
Jeff Neal was tagging him too. So he's easy to hit.
And Steven Thompson's a way better striker.
Yeah. Stephen Thompson's a sniper. And Jeff Neal was tagging him. People act like because he beat Jeff Neal that Jeff Neal wasn't getting no work in, and he was. And then he beat Neil Magny, which Neil Magny, I don't know, he's weird. He quits on himself sometimes. He just kind of gave up that fight. I
I mean,
think,
that submission he gave up on
yeah, he beat Cowboy Oliveira, and then he beat the other
Carlston
Brazilian.
Harris,
What's the yeah that I don't see that as a big win. What's the other Brazilian he beat?
Michel Prazeres.
Michelle is pretty good with the grappling, but undersized because he used to go to lightweight. So
Hmm.
if you look at that resume, come on, dude. Wonder Boy's in a different stratosphere, you know. But
It's yeah, like
so who you got?
you always know what the game plan is for Wonder Boy. It's really hard to find what really is the game plan for Shavkai. It's really hard to read him in general.
Yeah,
Dude's
yeah.
like
I think that's
stone,
the most dangerous thing is that he's capable of probably more
pulling
than he
anything out of his hat.
more than he uses, which could work to his detriment. But who you
Yep.
got? I got Wonder Boy.
I want Wonder Boy in this one too, man.
Okay.
After watching that last fight against Kevin Holland, I really want this man to win.
And now we got Alexander Pantoja and Brandon Royval.
These are my boys right here. 125. These are my boys.
I,
I
I,
just watched their first
I
fight.
like both of them though. I like both of them.
I watched their first fight. They're both super dangerous on the ground, like crazy dangerous on the ground. But if we're talking about pure striking, I feel like Brandon Royval's got the edge.
Yeah, he has
But
that.
there ain't no way they're gonna be standing because these two are both grapple monsters.
You know,
Absolutely
I'm gonna
insane.
cut to the chase in this and tell you who I got and why. I got Pantoja, and here's why. I have Brandon Royale, the better striker, but Pantoja, the more potent striker with the power, right? I
Mm-hmm.
have both of them. I would put them like equal with the Jits, kinda. But here's why I put, which is going to sound weird because I just said it's equal. Here's why I put Pantoja's Jits above Royale's, even though I said it's equal. Because his Jits has more wrestling in it. It has more positional strength than Royale's. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Royale is good when he's fluid in the jits, but once you're able to shut that down and control it like Pantoja does, then he becomes significantly better in the jits, and I think he's going to end up winning that fight on the ground.
We saw that in their first fight in 2021 too. It lasted what, like 2 rounds, and pretty much the entire time they were grappling, Pantoja is so calm and collected when he is stuck in these positions, and he's able to get out of them very easily.
Yeah.
But it has been 2 years since then, so who knows who's been doing what? Whoa, what was that? It's been 2 years since then, and let's see. Brandon Royval has beat Mateus Nicolau in a first round KO,
Yeah.
and then choked out Matt Schnell. I saw that
Mm,
fight. I
yeah.
watched that fight. Matt Schnell came out gun swinging, super emotional. Wasn't in the right state of mind. Brandon Royval kind of just took advantage,
Hey, Pantoja
and
just beat
Brandon Moreno,
Brandon
which
Moreno.
is
And Brandon
literally
Moreno,
one of the best
one of
flyweights
the
out
best
there.
ever to do it in that weight. Yeah, one of the best ever to do it. So,
And he beat him handedly too. That was
yeah,
crazy to me.
I got Pantoja. Who you got?
I like Pantoja as well. I feel like he's got the skills on the ground to basically get in the better positions, and I feel like he's gonna get a finish from there. He's just that dangerous. And while he's standing too, he's got heavy hands, but even better than that, he's got better takedown defense. So I think he's gonna stuff Brandon Royval in that regard, and he's gonna go for his own takedowns, which is gonna lead to his win with a submission on the ground.
All right. Now, I sent you some more time too right now because we need a little bit more. Leon Edwards, Kobe Covington, a true American hero. And I ain't talking about G.I. Joe. Who you got? Who do you have?
Leon, my man.
Okay. I
Leon's a
want
changed man since he got the belt. He is
let me,
on a mission since
I'm
then.
gonna let you go first, and I got Kobe, and I'm gonna tell you why, but I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna let you cook.
I like Leon because no one has ever done what he did to Kamaru. I Kamaru Usman in his last fight against Leon Edwards got absolutely destroyed, taken apart on equal footing, right?
Mhm.
The one before that you can argue that, like, all right, he got lucky with that kick. It was set up very nicely, but he kind of got lucky with that kick. But that second fight, that I don't know what happened with him and his team, but they went back and trained for that second fight, and he came out looking like a champ, like an absolute champ. He owned him pretty much for pretty much the entire fight. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty, yeah, 120 significant strikes to 87. He landed 75% of his significant strikes on Kamaru. Even better, he got 75% of total strikes he landed against Kamaru, and he eked out decision win. The reason why I think he can beat Colby is like I know Colby's been out for a while. I'm not gonna blame out ring rust, but that does play into a little bit of it. I think it's just the way that Leon prepares for fights now is completely different than like before he had the belt. And I feel like that is what is going to give him the edge.
Let me tell you why I'm picking Kobe. What stance is Leon Edwards?
Southpaw,
What stance is Kobe?
southpaw.
So that's the first element of why I'm picking Kobe. A lot of southpaws design their traps for orthodox people, not for other southpaws. So that's the first thing. A lot of his traps and baits and setups won't work anymore because they're not designed for the same
But
stance.
wouldn't you say it's the same thing you can do? You can say that the same way for Colby as well.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't say that. Kobe is like the chicken nuggets you put in the microwave. They are what they are. The only difference you can make with them is by putting ketchup. It is what it is. Kobe's not a person with an intricate game plan. He doesn't bait. He doesn't set things up. He doesn't make traps. He's pressure, high volume, and relentless takedowns. Period. It's almost like Habib. You knew what was coming, and he doesn't care if you know it's coming, and you have to do something to change it. Conversely, Leon Edwards is footwork, baits, traps, and setups, most of which are going to be going because somebody is on stance. And guess what? I'm going to double that for you, Derek. You can't do any traps and baits and stuff really going which direction? Backwards. And what direction does everybody find themselves going with Habib and Kobe? Backward.
Backward.
So now your traps are taking away a percentage from the same stance. Now another percentage is taken away from going backwards. And then where does Leon Edwards end up when he was fighting Usman? On the cage. Where did Leon Edwards end up when he fought Nate, who never shot on him? On the
On the
cage.
cage.
And guess what takes away setups and baits again? Being on
The
the cage.
cage.
So he has three different scenarios that individually can take away his whole game. And then if you compound them to make it two or all three, he's done. And guess what else Leon Edwards gets? He gets tired. What do Kobe not get? Tired. And what gets you tired the most? Wrestling. What do Kobe not get tired? Wrestling. And guess what else? The intangible. Who was quitting when the coach gave the talk of the year? Yep, Leon. And
Leon.
guess what? Kobe, hate him or love him, that dude believes in himself. He never quit. And sometimes fights come down to intangibles. And it reminds me of the Josh Emmett fight. He has enough little traps to where something could happen, but he has to make that happen. Like Josh Emmett has to land the punch, or else Brian Mitchell got more advantages. He has to land the kick or something, or else Kobe got too many advantages. So I'm going with Captain America, the Donald Trump protege, a real American hero, has no limits at the press conference, Kobe Covington. That's it. That's all
You
Don Rogan
haven't
got to say about it.
you haven't winning by decision, you haven't winning by finish.
I have him winning maybe a late finish because it's 5 rounds, maybe round 4 or 5. I could see him getting it done. But hey, we got to give love because this time is about to run out right now. We got to give love. Derek, shoot out all your social media for all the people.
All I have is Instagram as Sanderrick, SAN.DERRICK. Hit me up on there. While you're at it, follow the team at Goon Squad. We got some events coming up with our teammates. We got some fights coming up. Boys winning belt. It is belt season for us.
Yes, sir. Strap season. And you already heard him. You already know me. Fallen Angel 510 on Instagram. Goon Squad MMA on Instagram is the team. The best kept secret, Greg Blackson in the game. Come train with me. You know, if you go to my social media, look in the description. You can reach all the other social media there in the link and in the bio and enter the Gooniverse on YouTube. We got all the fights, everything on there. This will probably be on there over 14.5K subscribers. Get with it. Tell everybody, ESPN, MMA, all that. We need the Dom Rogan show on there with me and Trill Talk MMA and Derek here. We need to get some real stuff. Nina Drama got it. We need it too. But go that. And we got the nonprofit Project One for All, you know what I mean? At Patreon. Go there. You know what I mean? Give back to the community. We gonna be here every week discussing MMA. Fridays at 9 probably gonna be the time. If we do it any other time, we will let you people know. And we are out.
Low.
Boop.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta click that in early.
There you go. All right. We'll catch you next week. Until then, we out.